Good day everybody, welcome to today's video. Today's video is more of a curiosity video because after I replaced the oil pump in my Ford 5.4 liter, I was just about to throw it in the garbage and I thought, you know what? Let's take this pump apart and see after 200,000 kilometers just how much wear is inside this thing. This is my old oil pump right here. And this is a positive displacement pump. And I can already see there is some wear definitely in there. So once we take off this plate, we're gonna see just how much damage there is inside. So over time, this pump is gonna wear. We already saw some grooves. The tolerances are gonna get bigger. It's gonna start having internal leakage, and that's gonna have reduced flow. Reduced flow can also bring a reduction of oil pressure. T27. Maybe I should turn up the torque on the gun. Man, not even budging it. What the hell, over? The little gun that couldn't. That's the old-fashioned way. See what happens. That one's busted free. I think that one broke free. That one broke free. The little 3/8 gun couldn't break free. But this little snap-on, man, I bought this as a joke because it's so long, but it actually works out pretty good. Alright, let's try this again. I don't know if there's any springs or anything in this. Nope. Not in this section. Open her up carefully. We'll have a look here. Actually, for 200,000 kilometers, it's in pretty good shape. There's some sort of gallery right here, and for whatever reason, there's a bunch of crap right there that is plugged up, and that gallery goes all the way across and dumps out there. This here would be your relief valve, and we're going to take this apart. I can already see a spring in there. So what's going to happen, for whatever this is set for, I don't know if it's set for like 55 pounds or like 65 pounds, whatever. This is your outlet here. So when you get too much pressure, this valve is going to dump backwards, and as it dumps backwards, the oil is going to come to this cavity here, and it's open on the bottom here, and going to go back to the suction here where it can be reused. So I basically set this up right now is how it's going to work. So this little star right here, this inside one's going to spin. So on the suction side, it's going to start opening, and the oil is going to fill those cavities, and as it comes around to the discharge here, that cavity is going to get smaller, and that's how it's going to create the flow to go through here. Now, what generally happens is that you can see the grooves right here, and those grooves are going to cause internal leakage, and that internal leakage is obviously going to go back into here, into there, whatever. Let's pull this out even further, and I'll show you why. How the suction and discharge will not interfere with each other. Kind of going to be a little of a tight fit, but it'll pull out right here. And then the centerpiece is going to turn out as well. So those sections are removed, and you can see these two halves right here. Pretty simple design, works really well. Basically no maintenance except for it wearing down because of dirty oil and whatever have you not. Now, these styles of pumps are more common than you think, besides for automotive. As a millwright, I see these quite a bit. Anyways, let's go back to the casing here. So you can see this port right here is your suction. So you can see from your pressure relief all the way through here, this is your suction port that the oil is going to come through. And this is a machine surface here. That's a machine surface there. All this in the center is a machine surface. And all this is as well. So basically, what you're doing as the pump itself spins, once the oil passes into this section here, it has nowhere to go besides through here or any leakage from those points. Let's yank the pressure relief out. So the pressure relief is on a spring. So we're gonna see if it's gonna fly out or not. Milwaukee, you're letting me down. What is going down? Highest torque setting, you can't even bust this free. So sad. Do it the old-fashioned way. Gonna hold it, whack it with a mallet. Yeah, that ain't moving nowhere. I guess I am putting this back in the vise. Man. That was in there pretty good, actually. Oh, there's a spring. Not very powerful, though. Let's see if I could slide that out. It's coming out. There we go. Is there any other pieces to it? Nope. I just want to show you this. Once enough pressure is built up and you slide this back, this is going to be where all the oil is going to eject out. This is how the spring setup sits inside the oil pump, and that's what I was explaining to you, is that the oil is going to come down on here, and since this is a machine surface here, it's going to have minimal leakage. Once the pressure builds up and pushes down in the spring, the oil is going to eject out this big cavity here, cracking pressure as soon as it gets below that, and then come out here. Now, obviously the pressure relief is set on the tension of this spring. So if you had an oil pump or whatever with variable relief, you'd be able to turn the spring up and compress it, because the more compressed it is, the higher the pressure to crack, and of course the more you back it off, the less pressure. But that all being said, you could easily refurbish this oil pump and send it back out. If you had a lapping table, all you would have to do is just lap these surfaces, except for, no, that one too, I thought it was a raised ridge, but it's not. So you'd lap these surfaces smooth, you'd lap this one, and you'd lap that lid, of course paying attention to your tolerances on what it should be, and then lap it down, rebolt it together, and boom, you're back in business. This pump is far from garbage, but I just took it apart just to show you guys. It's interesting, you know. You learn a lot when you take things apart. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, post them below, and I'll see you in the next one.